In your opening statement, you said, "We are the only global superpower with the means and moral compass capable of shaping the world for good." Mr. Tillerson, our efforts in leading the international community, for example, in sanctions against our adversaries like Iran and North Korea, represent exactly that. Leadership and a moral compass. It's not about disadvantaging American businesses. It's about putting patriotism over profit. Now, you lobbied against the Comprehensive Iran Sanctions Act. When you were the head of ExxonMobil, you wanted to eliminate secondary sanctions that would prevent joint ventures. So what message are you now going to be able to send to American business who are intent on pursuing their own interests at the expense of U.S. policies and political stability in foreign countries?
Well, there was a lot in that question, Senator.
I'll give you the rest of my time.
Around which I could respond. First, I have never lobbied against sanctions personally. I continue to believe sanctions.
But the company that you directed did.
Well, to my knowledge, Exxon never directly lobbied against sanctions, not to my knowledge. In terms of all the other actions that were mentioned there, they were all undertaken with a great deal of transparency and openness and engagement and input in the process.
Senator Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You said that Russia is not unpredictable. Russia does not think like we do. Can you further expand on both of those comments?
Well, in terms of their nature,
If you forgot the question, it was explain your comments that Russia is predictable, basically, and that Russia does not think like we do.
Well, in my experience, the time I've spent in Russia as an observer, my experience with the Russians are that they are very calculating, and they're very strategic in their thinking, and they develop a plan.
You have treated the world's most vulnerable communities as expendable. In our home state of Texas, people are resisting pipeline. Oil is dead. Senators, be brave. Stop this man. Protect the vulnerable.
Mr. Tillerson, now you can maybe answer the question unimpeded.
Well, Russia, more than anything, wants to reestablish its role in the global order. They believe they deserve a rightful role because they are a nuclear power. And so the steps being taken now are simply to make that point that Russia is here. I think the important conversation that we have to have with them is, does Russia want to now and forever be an adversary of the United States, or does Russia desire a different relationship?
Thank you, sir. Senator King.
Mr. Tillerson, thank you for your willingness to serve. How much information do you have about financial connections between President-elect Trump, the Trump family, or Trump organizations, and Russian individuals or organizations or the Russian government?
I have no knowledge.
And if I asked you the same question and I substituted Turkey, China, Pakistan, and Japan for Russia in that question, would your answer be the same?
I have no knowledge.
So I gather from your answer that you'll then have no way of knowing how actions proposed by a President Trump regarding those countries or others would affect his personal or family financial interests.
I have no knowledge.
How is a Congress of the American public supposed to fully judge the actions, official actions proposed by a President Trump, if we lack basic information about how those actions may benefit his personal finances?
That's a question that others will have to address, Senator.